What about sunrise? What about rain? What about all the things that you said we were to gain? What about killing fields? Is there a time? What about all the things that you said were yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the blood we've shed before? Did you ever stop to notice this crying God sleeping shores? Oh, 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 What have we done to the world? Look what we have done. What about all the peace that you pledged your only son? What about flowering fields? Is there a time? What about all the dreams that you said were yours and mine? Did you ever stop to notice all the children dead from war? Did you ever stop to notice this crying godless weeping shores? Oh, 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 I used to dream, I used to glance beyond the stars. Now I don't know where we are, although I know we have drifted far. Oh, 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 Hey, what about yesterday? What about us? What about the seas? What about us? The heavens are falling down. What about us? I can't even breathe. What about us? What about the bleeding earth? What about us? Can't we feel its wounds? What about us? What about nature's birth? Oh, it's our planet's womb. What about us? What about animals? What about it? We have turned kingdoms to dust. What about us? What about elephants? What about us? Have we lost our trust? What about us? What about crying whales? What about us? We are ravaging the seas. What about us? What about forest trails? What about us? Burned by our pleas? What about us? What about the Holy Land? What about it? Torn apart by greed? What about us? What about the common man? What about us? Can't we set him free? What about us? What about the children dying? What about us? Can't you hear them cry? What about us? Where did we go wrong? Someone tell me why. What about us? What about the baby boy? What about it? What about the days? What about us? What about all the joy? What about us? What about the man? What about us? What about the crying man? What about us? What about Abraham? What about us? What about that again? Do we give a damn? Oh, oh, oh.